Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It is Drew here. You might as well call it Sick Bros at this point. I'm sick again. But we have an incredibly huge construction update for West Coast Racers coming from our good friend Mark. This is the big time. Insert Anakin here. But we do have footage from two separate days. This is from February 5th and February 8th. But just to start this off, the geese have returned, so that's cool to see, of course. Well, unless you're by Scream, which they might attack you if you're rude. Now, they do have temporary walls up. This is from Tuesday on the 5th, and you could not get to the preview center because they were replacing gas piping. So there was 40-year-old pipes that have been leaking, so they have had to go in and replace a lot of those pipes, and that's why we've seen, you know, maybe construction take a lot longer than we would have expected, because there are so many different piping problems that they've had to deal with the entire area. The entire area had 40-year-old pipes, so they had to just redo all of it with new piping, which is great to hear though, because hopefully they will last a lot longer than these other pipes. But it will be upgraded to PVC pipe, so it will definitely last at least a little longer. You can see in the arcade now, yeah, that's right, there's an arcade in the boardwalk section. They took some of the old games from the arcade near Cyclone Bay and pushed them all the way over to the boardwalk section. So you can now enjoy an arcade at Magic Mountain again. Now we'll move on to Friday, February 8th, which, oh my goodness, if you can see what I see, I will box that in right now. That is the steel for footers. Before we get to that, they have patched up a lot of the gas lines. Also, Dive Devil is closed down at the moment. I don't know how long it will be closed. That is the Sky Coaster for an upcharge that you can do. All of the piping has been covered up, at least as far as we can see, which is great news. But you still can't get to the preview center as of yet. They're still working around Dive Devil and the preview center. But a lot of the trenches that we've seen in the past have been patched up. So don't expect to be kept out of this area for much longer. So hopefully we can get back to the preview center and get some great footage in the next coming weeks of everything that will pop up within the window. And here is a look at the construction site itself. You can see the metal wiring for rebar that will end up filling the footers themselves, which is absolutely incredible. They've got some boxes of wood. We're not sure exactly what that's for, but you can see all the wiring just everywhere. There's so much of it. But granted, we're gonna have at least 100 footers with this coaster, which is crazy to even think about. You can see that they have started drilling to put this rebar in for footers. That looks like the end of the launch there is that section, maybe the high five element. So that's pretty exciting, as well as also there's some other stuff going on back where Deja Vu used to be, and I will get to that in a second. But they are drilling with this future rebar in mind that is spread out across Apocalypse, near the go-karts, everywhere. It's just everywhere. There's giant sections of this, and I cannot wait to see these finally going in the ground. But there is some welding work going on where Deja Vu used to be, or where Aftermath Chaos Rising 2, or Aftermath 2 Chaos Rising, the Fright Fest maze is, at least from the past couple years. There is welding over in that section. So I'm wondering if they've actually got some rebar set up over there for footers over there. We do not know. We did not get a full view of it. It's not really possible. But here is from Logjammer a view of the site, since there is no possibility to see from the preview center as of right now. But they are drilling for footers near where the high five element will be. They've even kind of sketched out where the track will be, which is very exciting, at least in the dirt. But there are multiple holes that are going to be dug over the next couple days, and expect footers very, very soon. It's going to be a quite exciting couple weeks to come. I mean, we are seeing the rebar as even a better shot here of it, and that's not all of it either. That's only about half of the rebar that they've needed. So it's quite exciting. But from what we've heard from multiple construction workers on site is that they're still shooting for a June opening. I know a lot of you are probably chuckling at that, or maybe laughing and going, "What? You're insane. That's not possible." Well, if they're able to complete track work by the end of April, I think there is a possibility that they could open it up by the end of June, around the same time that Galaxy's Edge is rumored to open. So, I mean, it's definitely possible for them to still open in June, but it's just going to take non-stop work and effort from everyone at the site. But it's going to be a very interesting month or so just to see how much progress will happen. We know when footers are supposed to be placed, at least by what the construction workers have said, and they were correct about when the wiring was supposed to show up, and that was correct as well. So I have complete faith that in probably the next update or two, we will see footers in place, and I'm very excited to see those, and hopefully track will be right there with it. Since Tigris is now completed with all of its track work, I'm really hoping that the shipment of track and supports from Italy is already on its way to be put up in the next 2 weeks, and I'm very excited to see the first track show up as well as just the first footer. I honestly kind of lost a little excitement with this project over the past couple months, but now getting news that everything is going to get picked up to pace, I'm very excited in it again, and I can't wait to see everything just appear in front of our own eyes. So thank you guys for watching. I know this update was a lot longer than the usual, but it is a very exciting update nonetheless. This is probably the biggest update we've had since markers started showing up, in all honesty. This is the time where we see West Coast Racers finally sprout up and show us what it's made of. Literally. I mean, like, literally. But a huge thank you to Mark, of course, as always. He's been the man with this project. And a thank you to you guys, to everyone that's watched this entire thing. But make sure to subscribe if you have not, because we are going to have a ton of updates in the next coming weeks and months that will not stop. I promise you that. But of course, as always, we'll see you on the next ride.